Guys, this is how to make a loading screen GUI in Roblox with a skip button. So scroll down in your Explorer, make sure to open that by going into View, Explorer and Properties, open them. Alright, and then click on Start a GUI in your Explorer, and click on this plus icon. And then insert a screen GUI. Okay? And then scroll down on Properties and press Ignore GUI Inset. And then rename it, and rename the screen GUI to loading screen. Okay. Add a local script. Don't open that yet. And then press loading handler. Okay. And then insert a frame. Scale it. Okay. And then put it to 1. So it will cover the whole screen. The reason I put ignore GUI inset is because when you go in the game, it will look something like that, and it won't cover the screen. So yeah, okay, and then rename this frame to loading screen main, and then add what you want in it. I'm gonna change the colour to red. You could add a hold up. I hate this Explorer. You could add a text button. So this would be your skip button. Skip loading. Scale it. So change the size to 0. Like this. And then resize it. There we go. And then you can customize it however you want, and kind of like refurbish it. Green, okay. You are strong. Okay, so that's your skip button. So add skip loading screen. And then add in 2 text variables. You're going to put this as loading assets or just loading, and then boom, scale it, boom, and then just move it wherever you want. There we go. Also put rich text off for this, just so that the other text you want to put in during the script won't go under the loading assets. Okay, so that's your text variable. This is your loading status. And then copy this and name this loaded. Enjoy. And then rename this to loaded. Okay, and then you can customize these if you want. Make sure to not use full colors, because it will make your game feel, too flashy. So that's what I do. UI corner. Copy this. UI corner. And then just size them. Okay, so that's my loading screen. You can customize yours however you want. So once you've done it, then go into your loading handler loading script. So let's set some variables first. And I forgot to make the skip loading screen and loaded off. So just select loading screen, skip loading screen, and loaded off. Visible, I mean. invisible, and then put loading screen main invisible, so that it won't like cover. Okay, and if you want a sound effects when it's loaded, then I got you covered. So name this sounds, add a folder in your workspace and name it sounds, and then look for a loaded audio in the toolbox in the audio section. Then insert it and then just name it loaded or whatever you want. So local audios equals workspace colon wait child. Oops, wait child sounds, and then local loaded equals script, now equals workspace colon wait for child, and then loaded, or loaded equals audios colon wait for child loaded. Okay, so the reason I'm putting like wait for child is just because if it can't find it, then it'll try and wait for it to like load in, so that it won't have any problems. Okay, and then onto our local screen equals script.parent. So pretend this is the script, and then that's the parent of it. Actually, you can just move this, the thing your local script, into the loading screen main. So then this is a script and that's its parent. Okay, and then local skip loading button equals screen dot skip loading. Okay, I'll speed up local loading status equals screen colon wait for child. I don't like that, colon wait for child loading status. We might as well put a wait for child just so that it's more optimized. So that means it'll have less bugs and it will load faster. We can just copy this. Local loaded equals loaded. Okay, so that's what you need. Those are your variables. Yeah. Okay. So let's start with our loading function. Local function loading screen. So local function loading screen, and then screen dot visible equals true, and then we could do loading status dot text equals to whatever you want. Loading assets dot copy this, wait however long. I'm just gonna do 0.2 seconds, then add something else to it, wait 0.2. Okay, copy that. Loading status dot, and then wait 0.4. So that's my loading screen. Now we're going to do remove loading screen. Local function remove loading screen. Okay, so this is going to make this loading screen mainframe invisible, and it will trigger this loaded sound, so it will play it once this becomes invisible. So screen dot visible equals false, and then we could do hold on, what's it called? loaded. Oh no, we have two. Loaded sound. So loaded sound. Make sure your variables are not named the same as another variable, or else it will get confusing and it will probably break the script. Colon pray. There we go. And then this is what is going to call this function, and when this function is prayed, it will make the loading screen invisible or visible. So for I equals 1 to however many times you loop this loading screen. I'm going to do 10 just to make this more quicker. Do. Okay, and then loading screen. So that calls our loading screen function and it will activate it. And then if where's I? If I equals 10, then remove loading screen. So as you can see, it's loading assets. And there we go, and it's played the sound for us. So that's your first part done. Now let's try and get the skip button to work. So let's change this I to something even longer. So to 1 to 20 now, and then if I equals 1 to 20, then 20 then. Okay, and then we add another function, local function, skip loading screen, skip loading. I mean, okay, and then what is it? Where is it? Skip loading button. Dot mouse button 1 up. Connect into a function. There we go. So this will make and then it will call the remove loading screen function. So it will remove the loading screen. It will make the screen invisible and still play the sound. Okay. And then we need to make the skip loading button visible. Skip loading button dot visible equals true. So let's make this an else if statement. Else if I equals 10, then we can do that. If I equals 10, then skip loading. So it will prompt the skip loading button to be visible. Let's give you a explanation. It will make this button visible at its 10 loop. Okay. And I forgot to do something else. That loaded button, that loaded text label, and then you could just put that. Wait 2 seconds, and then loaded dot visible equals true. So let's test this out. Okay, we are loading assets. So there we go, skip loading, loaded, enjoy. There we go. But we got a problem. So since we put screen not visible equals true here in the loading screen function, it's going to keep making this visible once it's if you press the skip loading button. So just Control X, highlight it, and then just paste it outside of your loading screen. Okay, and then test it out again. Here we go, it's loading. Oh, skip loading. Loaded, enjoy. There we go. And that's your loading screen done. So let's wait for the end of the loop. So I equals 20. Here we go, we're loading. Let's just ignore the skip loading button. So I'm not going to press it. Loaded, enjoy. And there we go, it works. So if you found this tutorial helpful or really long tutorial, then press